Hello everyone, welcome to the second term assignment about the oral food history, and today I'm going to take an interview of my cousin Ritik. He's a really good in food, and he knows really about the Indian cuisine and about the culture and tradition. So today I'm going to take an interview of my cousin about the history of the food. So let's invite my friend and cousin Ritik.
Hey, what's up, bro?
How are you, bro?
I'm good. How are you, man?
Oh, first of all, I'm good. Actually, first of all, thank you for giving a time. Actually, I know your
Bro,
schedule
why are
is
you
right.
thanking, bro? I'm your brother, man.
No,
Thanks
I
for
know
everything.
your schedule is busy, so
I
that's
know,
why.
I know. The studies are going on, like.
Oh yeah, so I
Same
I
routine.
choose you for my interview because I think you are perfect. So I want to ask you some questions like about the culture, about the food, and
Yeah.
about the history.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, introduce to my audience about yourself.
Yeah, sure. Well, my name is Ritik Dawar. Basically, I'm from India, Punjab, the state of India, and I'm working at Puster's Fine Foods in culinary department, and here I'm with my brother. He has some school work as an assignment to have an interview with me, and he chose me. I'm so lucky. Like from five cousins, he chose me. Like I'm so proud of him. So, bro,
Oh,
you're the
okay.
best man.
Okay, thank you first of all.
Yeah.
And okay, tell me where are you from?
Like basically, I told you I'm from Punjab, India. Like the
So Punjab is your motherland, right?
yeah.
So you are from India. So like we heard like a lot about the Indian cuisine. So which cuisines you belong? Like Punjabi cuisine?
Yeah, I belong to Punjabi culture, so obviously my cuisine would be the Punjabi, and we have the best dish in our area known as sarson ka saag and makki di roti, which is the tortilla made up of corn flour and mustard puree.
Oh yeah, I know. Actually, it's a
Yeah,
traditional,
I know,
and
man. It's topped with the
we all guys are heartily attached with the
You-
makki di roti and sarson ka saag.
yeah, it topped with the pasteurized butter, and yeah, and it's so tasty, bro. I remember so like I feel so bad, like can't have it here because I don't know how to make it. But however, I tried once, and yeah, I will make it one day.
Okay, thank you. And the next question is like, what was the happiest food moment of your life to date? What did you eat, or what were you doing?
It's a quite a nice question, I remember for the first time when I went to the kitchen, like it was my father's birthday, and I made cheese chili. As I told you,
Wow.
I'm in love with the cheese, and I made cheese chili, which is usually like made up of cheese blocks, like paneer blocks, and with a green pepper, mushrooms, and with a red curry. And I made it for my father, like it was my father's birthday, and I served over there. Like there, we have also invited like our neighbors over there, and the neighbors, they really liked it. Like my father was kind of love with it, and he also gave me like $200 over there, and I felt so proud because it was so tasty. I can't explain you in words, bro. Like my mouth is
Yeah,
getting
I
water.
can I can understand the feelings.
I got water in my mouth.
Okay, so my next question is, who was the most influenced person in your life in relation to food?
Well, I told you already, bro. My mom.
Okay, so tell me about something about your mom.
Uh, well, uh, well, earlier, like I don't used to eat vegetables, like green vegetables. I hate it so much. But my mother has that magic in her hands. Like she made food so good. Like she had so many different kind of condiments in the food, and she was like she make the food so good, like the green vegetables. The vegetable I don't like I'm a kind of vegetarian,
Yeah, I know.
right? And I used to eat vegetables, like fried vegetables, sometimes steamed vegetables, and other veggie dishes. So my mother used to make it so good. Like there is a vegetable like green peppers and potatoes. I didn't like it in my life, but once my mother made it for me, and I only ate that dish. It should be made from my mother.
Oh.
That's why, like, so this is the thing I inspired from her. I learned to cook from her, basically.
Oh, That's really nice. Okay,
Yeah.
so can you tell me something about the proudest moment in your life when you think of food?
Yeah, I told you already. Like it was my father's birthday. Like I made thing for my dad, and that was the so proud. That was the proudest moment for me because that was the first time when I cooked, and
Yeah.
also my neighborhood liked that.
Yeah, he
Like-
gave you
Like
200 bucks.
200 bucks over there. Like,
Yeah, that was the kind of reward for you,
yeah,
right?
that was a reward for me.
Also an inspiration,
Because
right?
on that time I have to buy a book for myself, which was like around 180 bucks. So my father gave me 200, and it was kind of $20 tip for me.
Okay. So my next question is now into Canada, right? You
Yeah.
are staying away from your hometown, your homeland,
I know, man.
and
it's so sad.
I think you are also missing your mom's hands food, right?
I know.
So tell me the dishes, like main dishes, which you are missing in Canada here, and which like you remember as your this is a traditional food and this is our homeland food.
Well, talking about traditional food, I am here in Canada from last 3 years, and I have my community over here because there's so many Indians and so many Punjabis in Canada. But I hardly there's like a thing like which I can't get here. But the only thing is the taste. The taste. I only miss the taste of India. We have everything over here in Canada. We have every cuisine. But the thing is that the taste over India have a big difference with Canada, and I only miss that. I told you the traditional dish, right? The makki roti, the cauliflower
Yeah.
tortilla, and with mustard puree, and I like that so much. But the way it made in India and the way it made in Canada, it's a lot of difference.
Yeah, it's different.
Because like in India, we have farms over here, and we used to grow the fresh mustard, and we usually use that,
Right.
right? So in the same way, we make our own corn in the farms, and we have mills over there which process into the corn into the flour, into the corn flour, and we used everything organic over there. That's the main thing what I miss over in Canada.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next question is, has your interest in food changed over those years? If so, how? And why have they changed?
Like when you're far from your home country, like you have lived there for like 20 years over there, and you're like you have to move around, you have some change in your taste.
Yeah,
right?
I also have.
Yeah, maybe you also have it. Like
Yeah.
you also came like last year, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just came last week.
So when I came here, I also discovered so many cuisines over here. Like I like the pizza over here, the burrito, the Mexican grill.
I
Like
know.
bro, I love it, right? So now I like the food over here also, but I can say that I can't forget my traditional food, the food made by my mother, and I really like it. But as I say, like nothing changed for me. It's all the same.
It's all the same.
Yeah, it's all same.
And what's about the Canadian food, like Canadian poutine? It's a Canadian dish, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
what's about the Canadian poutine? Have you like it or not?
Yeah, I know, bro. That is so good in taste, right? It is so delicious. When I found it, I used to eat like 4 to 5 times in a week. But it's $10 per protein from Burger King, right? I used to eat from Burger King, but I know many other stores also have it. But I like from the Burger King. The thing is that protein, it's made up of like potato, veggie, and cheese in it. Bro, come on, I like it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what's about the okay? So now in Ontario, right?
Yeah.
So Ontario's ice wine is popular. Have you
Mhm.
ever tasted ice wine?
No, I have heard about lot of ice wine, but I never got a chance to try it. But also, like I'm kind of like vegetarian. Like I just have a space from wine and beer and alcohol things.
Oh,
So I
that's nice.
yeah,
That's nice. Okay, what was a typical food experience when you grew up?
When I grew up, I used to eat. It's known as I don't remember. I don't know how to say. Like it is made up of cauliflower, potatoes, and peas in it.
You can pronounce in Punjabi.
Like it is known as gobi di sabji.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I like that dish so much. Like my mother, I told you, like my mother is has hands in her has magic in her hands, right? So I like that typical food, the typical dish, and I like that only that dish.
So,
Typically, yeah.
okay. So, what do you miss about childhood food experiences?
In childhood, I told you like I never liked vegetables. I used to eat like only bread, butter. I don't like even milk.
Street food, you can say.
Oh, street food. Well, talking about street foods, I used to eat momos. Also, like here they are known as dumplings, veggie dumplings, and Manchurian noodles. I like that so much. And I used to save pocket money to go out with my friends on on every weekend, and we have a fun on the streets.
Okay, so I heard like in India there's a lot of festivals.
Yeah.
People of India celebrate a lot of festivals,
Yes.
and a lot of festival has their own meaning.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like which festival is like mostly attached and involved with the food?
Well, thinking about this, like I think we have a festival known as Diwali. It is celebrated to pray Ma Lakshmi, goddess Lakshmi. Like on this day, we used to pray goddess Lakshmi so that we can have the good health and wealth in our house. And on this day, we used to make sweets by our own hand, like like we say, like it's known as rasgulla, gulab jamun. Like there's so many dishes, sweet dishes, and other than this, we used to make traditional dishes like I told you about that, and also we exchange our dishes with our neighbors. Like it's a kind of good gesture, loving gesture, and also we used to give gifts to our neighbors on that day, and we exchange food. We have like a lot of dishes on that day, and I love that festival, and I miss that festival over here. Like I enjoy with my family. Like we ate on the same table, and like our family sit together, eat, and then we have a fun. Like we burn crackers in the night, like fireworks, and that's all. We have a festival with the food, related to the food, you know.
Okay, so my next question is going to about the traditions and rituals.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question is what were the food tradition in your family, like the dining experience, everything about the food traditions.
So in my family, there was a kind of rule, like which came from my grandfather's time. Like we always sit together and we sit on the ground to eat.
Wow, that's
right?
nice.
So scientifically, it is like it has proved that if you sit on the ground while you eat, you digest properly, and it still works, right? There's no doubt that it's fake. It is real.
So if someone is like working outside, so you guys wait for the that guy for the dinner?
Like sometimes, yeah, that's a very good question though. Like sometimes my father has to go like has night shifts, so we don't wait. We just used to eat. Like my mother, me, and I have a younger brother back home, so we sit together and we used to eat.
Actually, it's good to hear. Like it's a really good habit to eat together, and the main thing is we sit in a ground, right?
Yeah.
So that's a really good thing.
Yeah.
And
Sorry.
okay, so tell me something about the what food practices or advice are passed on to the next generation. Like you also get the some rituals from your earlier ancestors, right?
Mhm.
So like which practices or advice are passed on to the next generation.
Well, I forgot to tell you about this thing. Like whenever we like eat, we used to pray before we eat.
Oh, that's nice.
Like we usually thanks to the God. Like thank you for giving us the good food. Thank you for giving us the good life. Thank you for giving us the good family. With the help of those, we are able to eat, right? Like there are so many people who are homeless, who don't have family, who can't eat together. So in that thing, we used to pray before we eat, and I do pray when I eat over here also. Like we have a special prayer for that. Like it just takes 15 to 20 seconds to complete, and also as I told you, like we used to sit on the ground, like, and here also I used to sit on the ground while I eat, and I think these are the good habits that will obviously pass to the upcoming generation by me.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask a question like about the langar. Langar means I tell you like Langar is a free kitchen, so it's really popular in Punjab. So I will ask some questions about the Langar related to Langar. So in Punjab, I heard like Langar is popular. A lot
Yeah.
of gurdwaras like temples offered a free kitchen. So can you like explain me about the free kitchen?
Yeah, sure. So, as you know, India is the land of God and Goddess, and you're from there, right?
Yeah, I'm also from India.
And what we have there, what the tradition over there in temples, in gurudwaras, and generally I'm talking about gurudwaras. They have langar, or also known as free kitchen, which means you get the food free of cost when you go to temple or go to gurudwara. You go over there, you pray there, and whenever you have to go home, you have to eat the langar over there. That is also known as prasad. It's a very religious, and over there, like it is free of cost. It is like they don't ask for money, and so it's a kind of that is what make it like free kitchen. And also like there is a golden temple in Punjab, in Amritsar, which is very popular, which feeds like 100,000 persons, 100,000 people in 1 month over there. That is like free, for free,
Yeah.
right? That is the like religious thing which was started by Guru Nanak Dev Ji.
Sikh community.
Yeah,
I'm
by the
also
Sikh-
Sikh, so I know better. So
Yeah, by
what
the
is-
Sikh community, and also like so I think this is the ritual which we used to follow over there, and is also known as langar and free kitchen over here.
So okay, so in earlier time there was no machines to keep the food and to store the food. So can you explain me which methods were used to store the food and keep the food for a long time?
Yeah, earlier like in India, like there were very traditional kitchens we had over there. So what we have over there, like it's a kind of cool place made of mud.
Okay,
Like it's a kind of property of mud. Well, when it is summer, the things inside the anything made up of mud will cool down.
it's wet, right?
Yeah, so it's generally kind of wet, and in the in the night, in the whether it's summer, it will remain cool over there. So we have like a cage made up of mud, and we used to put our things in over there. I have my home. I also have it at my home also, at my back home. Still, I have it. It was made up by my grandfather, and he used to store. My father told me, like my great grandfather, he used to put things in summers, like to store the food in that boxes.
Okay, were there cooking tools that are no longer used today? Like there are many things that replaced by the modern technology,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So were there cooking tools that were no longer used today?
Well, I think that tools are not changed. Like tools are upgraded, right? There's a big difference in changed and upgrading the thing. Like they have upgraded the style of cutting the vegetables, the style of storing the food, the style of stir frying the food, right? So I think like there have been made lot of changes. They have been made like lot of upgrading. They are upgrading now too. Like the new technology is coming. Yeah, you're also right. Like there are many new inventions. Like we don't have microwave before those
Yeah.
times. We have microwave now. We have ovens,
Right.
right? So we didn't have gas, but now we have electrical gas, which doesn't cause pollution and is also safe to use for the kids also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were there food gardens or livestock in the family?
I'm sorry.
Back home, were there food gardens or livestock in the family,
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
vegetable gardens?
Yeah.
So
I told you like we have farms over there, right? So we used to grow so many crops in
so
a year.
you have your own farms.
Yeah, we have our own farms.
Oh,
over there.
okay.
I told you like we used to eat everything organic. Like we have farms, and we do farming also. My father have a kind of business over there.
Oh, it's nice to hear.
Yeah.
And what's about the values about related to food? Like I'm also Indian, so I know like we Indians or like our parents taught us like sharing is a caring,
Yeah.
and always we share our food with others. What's about your opinion about it?
Well, talking about values, and like on every festival, we used to exchange food, the food items, whatever we made, like cuisines, with our neighborhoods, with our friends, with our family, like with the joint family. So these are the values. Like we respect food. We always pray before we eat. We also donate food to the people,
Yeah,
to
the
the
big
needy
thing is
people.
longer free
Needy-
kitchen.
And
Yeah.
you know the free kitchen, the langar going in India, like everywhere free of cost. We have so many organizations, non-profit organization, which used to distribute the food, and so that's the thing which I think we have the values in our culture
Okay,
related to the food.
let's talk about your personal life now.
Yeah.
Okay, like now you are working at a food studies
Yeah.
and in a kitchen, right?
Yeah,
So,
sometimes in the
what's
kitchen.
your experience? Can you tell me in a 2 and 3 lines how do you manage the things? How do you like communicate with the customers? How like do all over management about the food?
Well, talking about my experience at my workplace, it's kind of cool. It's kind of fun. It's kind of like so happy.
Is it challenging?
Yeah, it is challenging though. It is so competitive. Like we have to provide good communication. We have to communicate with our customers in a good way so that they should be happy at the end of the day, right? This is the main motive of every business or every employee who is working in any workplace, to make customer happy. That's why we are working, right? And so for that, we have some rules over there, and we used to follow that. And from my personal experience, I have a smile on my face every time when I work. Every time when I communicate, I always smile. And sometimes, like we have so many different types of customers. Like I never have been any situation where I see any customer get aggressive.
Customer like a god.
Yeah,
in India.
right. So customer get aggressive. I always treat a customer like a god.
Oh,
Yes.
that's nice. Okay, eventually, at the end, now I'm gonna ask you a like brief summary about our interview. Like, can you explain the 2 and 3 lines about the Indian cuisine?
Yeah. Indian cuisines have different dishes in them. Like we have so many sweet dishes. We have spices.
North, south.
We have north, south, east, west.
Yeah.
All different kind of dishes.
All the continents are different.
Also, yeah, I'm kind of food lover. I went up north, like I live in like northeast. I went to north. I tried so many dishes over there, and I really like those dishes. I'm kind of loving food.
And I heard like Indian people like to eat a spicy food. Is
Yeah,
it true?
it is true. Like I also like sometimes spicy, but not that too much spicy. Like you always do sheep in your mouth. But however, yeah, like they have a like nature to eat pinch of spice in their food.
Okay, thank you, Ritik. You have been with me today, and you gave us your valuable time, and you also shared your thoughts with us. Thank you so much about it, and I hope my audience will also enjoy this video.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you all are good and stay happy, stay safe. Thank you so much.